All right. But speaking of being close to making $1 billion, Control Your Narrative Wrestling has revealed their television network. Did you see this?
I did see a little bit about this. Now, just to recap briefly, we had talked about them maybe a couple drive-thrus ago, this announcement of this new wrestling group, and in that initial announcement, they said TV deal, network TV deal, imminent.
Imminent. And it was apparently about 2 or 3 days later after we said that I saw they have announced their TV. Do you know what network, CYN Wrestling or Control Your Narrative or whatever they're going to call it, do you know what TV network they're going to be on, Brian Last?
I actually did not see that part of the announcement, no.
Pro Wrestling TV.
Is that in the United States? I've never heard of it before.
Apparently it's everywhere. It's out there in the world. It's in the ether. It is a bird in the world. It is, look them up. They got on Twitter. They're on Twitter. They've got, when I looked at it, I think it was 38 followers. I'm serious. Look in this, Google the Pro Wrestling TV Twitter or the announcement that they made or anything. They've got some big plans.
Well, I found it here, and I actually tried to find it from EC3's tweet, but for some reason he didn't tag the network that they signed to, apparently. But Pro Wrestling TV on Twitter.
By the way, I think on Twitter or something I saw on one of the social media sites, instead of EC and the number 3, he's like EC and 3 lowercase i's. And it looked like some fucking Roman numeral or something.
Maybe that's his thing, but it says here that they will be launching April 2022, and currently they have 364 followers.
Oh, they have gotten over 300 followers on Twitter in the last 2 days alone. Pro Wrestling TV. Do we have any background on this network? Where exactly this network is? What mobile home that these broadcasts will be emanating out of? What does it say there?
It has nothing about that. Let me see what I can find.
Can you look around? The imminent network TV deal that we caught some flack for poo-pooing, Brian. There were some people out there, well, give them a chance. When we said, yeah, network TV, yeah, right. And we explained that most people don't even know the definition of network television these days, and the term has been modified, and that no, they weren't going to have real TV Pinocchio, because if they could do it, then a lot of other people would have done it before them. But do you have anything there?
I have found some stuff here. These are their most recent tweets the last few days. So from March 2nd, as we prepare to launch next month, we are excited to announce that PWTV will be the exclusive home for Control Your Narrative content. Follow us for more announcements and how you can watch PWTV, a free ad-supported service coming soon worldwide. #wrestling community, #wrestling, and then they followed that.
Well, wait a minute. So now we've established that their imminent network television deal that they said was about to be announced is the coming soon, starting up next week, Pro Wrestling TV, or next month, Pro Wrestling TV from scratch worldwide.
And then March 3rd, they tweeted out, catch in-ring action from around the world with Pro Wrestling TV coming in April. And there's a whole bunch of hashtags there, including #coming soon. For anyone searching for coming soon news and on Twitter.
Hashtag coming soon. Okay, so they're going to be on this mega platform, Pro Wrestling TV. And are we to believe that Pro Wrestling TV is not only going to feature their programming, but since apparently Pro Wrestling TV is a channel that's going to be broadcasting exclusively pro wrestling, where are they going to fill 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Or are there a list of other promotions that are involved in this that already have footage in the can? Are they going to be shooting their little hearts out like panicked, coked up gerbils in a dark cavern, running to and fro here and there?
Was this an idea that existed before the idea of CYN?
The idea of coked up gerbils running to and fro, or pro wrestling TV?
Pro wrestling TV.
Okay, because coked up gerbils running to and fro is as old as mankind. Yeah, again, one would think that one would have started before the other. They're starting a new promotion. They're going to put it on a new network, and stay tuned. Announcements are coming soon. Have you also seen they've got something where they've advertised a rant room?
Yeah, you, I think, mentioned this to me the other day, that there's some kind of thing where is it fans actually attend the shows and yell at the wrestlers?
No. They're not yelling at them in person. No, they're going to have, as part of their interactive experience, you pay. I saw like $90 or $100 or whatever to get on the computer, sort of like an interactive cameo. Maybe not a bad idea, but you get on the computer and pay the $100, and the person that you want to vent your spleen at for being an obnoxious prick or whatever your issue is with them has to sit there on the other side and listen to you and not hang up on you. So you're paying this guy for the opportunity to tell him what a prick he is. I've wanted to call a lot of people pricks and assholes, but I've never wanted to pay them to let me do it. I've just wanted to do it against their will.
I hate you so much, I will pay you to sit down and let me tell you what I think of you.
You son of a bitch. And at the end of it, and I hope you feel suitably chastened and at least $100 richer than you were 2 minutes ago.
I have some more statements from EC3.
Please read some.
This is from his Twitter. This was from the official announcement. So CYN signs exclusive television deal with Pro Wrestling TV, March 2nd, 2022, Orlando, Florida. From the propaganda desk of the essential character.
What the?
And that wasn't me ad-libbing. That was actually what's there. Pro Wrestling TV, which will launch in April, and Control Your Narrative, have agreed to an exclusive agreement to bring wrestling's newest brand, that's the next tweet, sorry about the jump there, newest brand to its television home. Here's a quote. With PWTV, the way pro wrestling is consumed will change forever, says CYN co-founder EC3. We are very excited to partner. They left off the second quote there. Boy, they really blew it. Sorry, I shouldn't be criticizing their statement. We are very excited to partner with PWTV to bring the stories, skills, and abilities of a distinct and driven group of talents to the wrestling world. In addition to continuing to produce full-length cinematic wrestling features,
oh boy,
CYN and PWTV will bring a unique perspective of presenting and distributing wrestling to the fans in the form of a seasonal television approach. Each episode will build the stories of the wrestlers, their conflicts, and their journeys, culminating each season with a live event special. Through this approach, CYN believes the talent will have the freedom to develop and excel, says CYN co-founder Jedediah Kozaweski.
Wait, back up. What now? A new character has suddenly been inserted into this fucking narrative.
And I almost said Jebediah, but it is not Jebediah, it's Jedediah Kozaweski.
And this person is?
CYN co-founder with EC3.
Okay.
While the traditional wrestling format will be represented, CYN's television will be anything but the norm. In addition to its televised show and specials...
He wrote this on Twitter?
CYN is planning...
Damn, I'm saying Lincoln, if he'd had Twitter, he wouldn't have to showed up at Gettysburg.
CYN is planning a live tour to provide talent an opportunity to perform and fans to see them live. Here's another quote. The wrestling will be real. The stories will be real. We want to put the power back in the hands of the wrestlers and create a place they can make a living, says CYN co-founder Adam Scher.
Oh boy.
Let me stop for a second. That's the former Braun Strowman
Oh, boy.
We want to put the power back in the hands of the wrestlers. What time in wrestling history is wrestling historian Braun Strowman thinking about where all the power was in the hands of the wrestlers?
Well, actually, I would have been around about, 1932, Strangler Lewis, before Stecker and a double cross. Round about 90 years ago is the last time that the power was in the hands of the wrestlers.
Control Your Narrative will give professional wrestling fans something never seen before. From the presentation to how its stories are told, we are thrilled to give them a home to bring their brand to a worldwide audience, said Pro Wrestling TV president Brandon Blackburn.
Who?
The son of Stanley Blackburn.
What? Wait. Every time a new name is mentioned, it's a name that no one has ever heard of in the wrestling industry. Go ahead.
The opportunity to create and collaborate with PWTV and the performers under their umbrella opens up a world. I guess they left.
Well, now wait a minute. Whose umbrella? Who's shielding the wrestlers from the rain here? Is it Control Your Narrative? Is the promotion that's airing on Pro Wrestling TV? Is the Pro Wrestling TV the promotion itself, and these wrestlers are under its umbrella? Whose bumbershoot is fucking this dog, and who's just holding its head?
It's a very interesting question. The opportunity to create and collaborate with PWTV and the performers under their umbrella opens up a world of possibilities. They left out the word of, so just a world possibilities, says EC3. To control your narrative is to tell your story. With PWTV as our partner, those stories can be told. Pro Wrestling TV will debut in April with a linear channel and on-demand streaming app provided as a free ad-supported service. And that is the conclusion of the statement.
A linear channel, is that educated young college graduate speak for a fucking channel on television?
I think that would be a cable television channel. However, They also promised a network television deal, so I'm not sure what to think.
But they can't just... On what cable systems is there going to be a Pro Wrestling TV channel popping up next month? If they're going to have a linear channel, and I can believe anybody can stream, you can fucking Facebook yourself around the world. Doesn't mean necessarily anybody's going to watch or not watch, but what linear channel are they going to be on what cable system, service, or provider, or carrier, et cetera, et cetera? From that statement, we got nothing except somebody took a business course in how to write a really good presentation for a product that basically doesn't exist.
Well, I don't know what they currently are doing, but I have something here. Now, this I saw the other day, and I wanted to mention this to you. This is, I guess they're currently airing something of some sort on Fight, which I would think would be a competitive service to Pro Wrestling TV. The disclaimer splash on their programming on Fight says, warning, #the narrative content is created for a mature and astute audience. What you will see here are the depictions in propaganda format of those taking back control, fighting for freedom, and finding purpose. The narrative stories are told within the realities of those featured. The following is not intended for children, weak minds, or those easily offended. Viewer discretion is advised.
You know, I'm going to have to go back to the coked up gerbils running around in a dark cavern and just to and fro, willy-nilly, if you will. If there's not gerbils involved, then somebody else is bringing the coke. A coke mule, a coke gerbil. I'd like to buy the world a coke. I think they already have.
This is a wonderful time to sit back and just watch everyone and watch what they do. It really is.
Okay, we're gonna even if nothing actually materializes besides statements, and even if nobody's interested in this promotion, we're going to cover it just to see what the fuck else they can do.
Did you see who they signed?
Well, I've seen a few of them. That's why I mentioned earlier, the little teeny tiny turnip eating man, Austin Aries, has found a home, apparently. He's more miserable than ever before.
Can't wait to see his narrative.
Nobody will want to narrate him. He'll be like they'll have a close up of Braun Strowman and you'll hear the voice in his head narrating his story, and they'll have a close up of EC3. Hear the voice. They'll have a close up of Austin Aries, and it'll just be ready. Nobody wants to read his thoughts. But you know what, Brian? Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It seems to me like that they've got a real good firm grip on this, the folks over at CYN. They've got a real good grip on this thing. They have convinced themselves that they are geniuses and that they are going to launch a revolutionary wrestling promotion. And I suspectify how they did it because they're listening to their own voices in their own heads on their Raycon everyday earbuds.
Oh, that's an interesting theory you have there.
They have recorded themselves saying all these things, words and phrases, and they listen to themselves saying it over and over on their Raycon wireless earbuds until they have created a veritable echo chamber in their own voice where they're saying these things out of their lips onto tape, back onto the recording in the Raycons, back into their ears and back out on through their lips again. It's amazing. And folks, you can do the same thing, but with actual music and fun stuff. If you want to sing along to your favorite song, all you got to do is stick in your everyday Raycon wireless earbuds with the perfect in-ear fit, the optimized gel tips, no lubrication necessary, no Vaseline, no baby oil, no bear grease. You just pop them right in your ear. They will not budge. Trust me. And they even provide you with an 800 number if you need to call somebody to help you get these things out of your ears when you're finished with them, just to make sure that they fit in there and they don't fall out. No matter what you do or where you go, you can shake your head, you can head bang, you can move, you can stand on your head, you can take backdrops. You can do everything. You can do your own live shake test where you just stick your Raycons in and shake your head back and forth, to and fro, willy-nilly, like a coked up gerbil. These things will not come out.
Willy-nilly, is that the coked up gerbil's name?
That's the coked up, well, it's two of them, Willy and Nilly. And boy, when they start banging into each other, that's when the fireworks begin, boy. As a matter of fact, you probably should tie some type of rope or restraining device to these Raycons because they don't have any wires or stems hanging out of them. You don't look like an idiot. You don't look like a Martian with antenna. But just tie some dental floss to them or whatever for when you have your neighbor come over, get on the other end of the dental floss and pull these things out of your ear. That's the only way you're going to get them out because they will not fall out. Right, Brian?
Right.
You're going to agree with that?
Why not?
You're done with the people at Raycon then, I see.
Well,
folks, go ahead.
I got nothing to say.
You got nothing. Folks, Raycons offer 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life. You're not going to run these batteries down. You can't stay awake that long. Neither you nor your coked up gerbil could stay awake for 32 hours to run the batteries down and the whole 9 yards. Anyway, they're priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. They've got over 48,000 5-star reviews, most of them from human beings, several from gerbils. But right now, our listeners, whether they're animal, vegetable, or mineral, can get 15% off their Raycon order at buyraycon.com/JCE. That's BUYRAYCON.com/JCE. You're going to save 15% on the Raycon wireless earbuds. They're one of our oldest and dearest close personal friends and sponsors. We love them. And you never hear a complaint about these people. You know why? Because if you get mad and you complain to these people, they have you rubbed out and we'll never hear from you
they
again.
don't. They don't. You don't hear the complaints because you have the earbuds in your ear and they're playing great music and that's all you're hearing.
Well, and they have an awareness mode for when you need to listen to your surroundings. Like if you've opened up your smart-ass mouth to the people at Raycon and knocked their products and they're sending somebody to come over and see you about it, you'll hear the knock on the door right before the lights go out. So if I were you, I'd keep your liver lips shut about any problem you have with the Raycon people. They're fine in my book, and I'll have no one maligning them. And I have no recollection of any violence that they've perpetrated on any of our customers. Buy Raycon.com/JCE, 15% off. And that's better to poke in the eye with a sharp stick, which is what you'll get if you complain about the Raycons.